Tony, what do you know this morning about who killed Mr. Nemtsov?
Tom, Brendan, Olivia, good morning. It's very difficult actually to narrow down the range of theories that are being presented about Mr. Nemtsov's assassination to a single group or a single theory or cause. Clearly there's a great sense of shock among many Russians here that a figure of Nemtsov's stature could be so brazenly gunned down in the shadow of the Kremlin's walls. But so far nobody's managed to narrow it down, and the range extends from a claim that he was some sort of sacrificial lamb by the opposition to tarnish Putin's image, to another claim that he was somehow the victim of Islamic extremists because of his sympathy for the victims of the Charlie Hebdo shooting. It's that broad a range.
Tony, have we learned that being famous is no longer a way to protect yourself as a Russian dissident?
I think that's the core of the shock here. I think Russia's opposition has operated previously under the assumption that while they risked imprisonment for standing up to the Kremlin, no one was likely to kill them. Now it's not clear that that's the case at all. And while people in the opposition ranks are not able to point the finger at Putin and say that there was a Kremlin hand in this, they are certainly nervous that the Kremlin and state media here has created an environment in which opponents of President Putin are branded enemies of the state and fifth columnists, and that may well be provoking extremists to take things into their own hands.
Tony, what does this do to the opposition? Does this galvanize the opposition and you expect to see the protesters swell on the streets across the country? Or because we're talking about a climate of fear, do you think people are actually going to retreat into the shadows because they're just so afraid of what could happen?
Well, anywhere between an estimated 20 and 50,000 people turned out yesterday on the streets in a march which went past the Kremlin to pay tribute to Mr. Nemtsov. But there was a clear sense of nervousness among many people. Some were holding banners which simply said, "I'm not afraid," and they felt the need to state that because there is a sense of fear. People are worried. They don't know where the next turn is going to be, and some of the opposition fear that Russia is at a crossroads and that one road from that crossroads leads to greater violence and instability, and they're urging everyone concerned to step back and think about the future of the country.
Okay, Tony, thank you so much. Tony Halpin from Moscow this morning.